Hello and welcome to Easter Tuesday. We are almost there. In 2 days it's Thursday and then Easter weekend starts with Good Friday up until Sunday. Celebrating the cross, the grave, and God being risen from death. So today we are starting to read through the Gospels, the different versions of the Gospel story of the cross. They are very similar, but each writer writes from a different perspective, and that is why, in preparation for this Easter and in Holy Week, we commemorate each story of the cross and of the Passion Play. Today we are reading Matthew 26 to 28 around our dinner table, the space you created with your housemate, your family, whoever. And we are asking ourselves a question around how God makes the world new. And to help assist us focus on this question, we are going to use Easter eggs. And so, as you can see, it is a controversial set. We have a lot of controversy in this and debate in the church around Easter eggs and what Easter eggs mean and everything. And there's a lot of popular news going around. But the true origin of Easter, or our Passover Easter eggs as we know them, is in the Passover, which up until this day, our Jewish friends still celebrate. And it's one of the very few symbols that crossed over successfully into Christianity as the faiths split in history. So south of about the 1400s, well, even later, the 1700s, history gets a little bit iffy. But just for clarity's sake, the history of eggs and how it came to be chocolate white and hollow, or, well, our fluffy marshmallow yellow ones that we all truly enjoy, and that sparked controversy in the first place. First of all, as far back as Exodus, and we know this, which is literally millennia, the Israelites celebrated Passover or Pesach with eggs. It's one of their Seder steps, and an egg represents newness, rebirth, becoming new, hope, essentially. And especially in times where it is tough, eggs become that symbol, and it is an entire step in the Seder. So as people come to faith, which was also Israelites and multiple cultures in Jerusalem, as people started following Jesus's doctrine, it wasn't Christianity right away, but as they've started following eggs and Passover, eggs of being a symbol of hope, and Passover traveled along with them because it is their faith, and it's also my faith and your faith. Around the 600 AD time period, followers of Christ, people of the way in Mesopotamia, a church started painting their eggs red, dyeing the eggs red just in time for Seder, so that when they get to that step, they could remind themselves of the blood of Christ that also spilled for them, so that where God used Moses to deliver the Israelites from Egypt slavery, Jesus is God who became human, and by his blood we became saved. So you can obviously think that these red dyed eggs, a good marketer at Seder, or if the red dye was low one year, or someone's child got a little bored and they were creative, that more dyes would enter into this space, and eggs would be dyed and painted and decorated, because if we focus on the cross and the time on the cross, we focus on newness and new life and new space. From there, Christianity spread over to Europe, and where pagans and the Celts and the Vikings and all those beautiful histories started intermingling as people came across the story of Christ and came to faith. There in Europe, there has been celebrations, because it's spring in Europe now, not like us going into winter. They are celebrating newness. So the goddess of fertility, Oster, which is where our name of Easter comes from today, also had festivals celebrating new life, and a rabbit tended to be the symbol of that. And so now you can see where we are heading with this. A good marketer could easily say, hey, but rabbits, eggs, put the two together and there you go. And as time progressed, it developed. And in a commercial world, later on, years later, the Easter Bunny has been created. And the same as Kris Kringle and all our other Christian traditions. As people come to faith, they bring a piece of their oldness to the newness and make it new. But nevertheless, our focus is on Christ. And our focus is on our faith. And if you'll see, especially these white ones or the bigger ones, you'll see that an Easter egg is always hollow, and that was specifically made for the church in Europe later years when chocolate became in fashion. It had specifically needed to be hollow if it was an Easter egg to celebrate the empty grave, and we'll talk more about that on Sunday. But for tonight, we are reading Matthew 26 to 28, and we are discussing the question afterwards: how does God make new? What do we do with Jesus' making new of the world, paying our debts, giving us the opportunity of new life? What do we do with that, and how do we create spaces to commemorate making new, celebrate the new life and the sweet life that Jesus paid for us on the cross? May you have a blessed Easter Tuesday, and we will see each other tomorrow for Wednesday, the prelude to Passover. Have a blessed one.